Hello everyone. So I've had this DuMont RA-108 Mansfield for a couple of years now. It was the first model my mother had when she was a little girl. And I identified it through photos, family photos, and Tim Poliniak tracked it down for me at an estate sale. I think it was on the last day of the estate sale up in Western New York, up in Buffalo. I think he paid like 25 bucks for it. I think it was half, it was marked 50 and it was like half off. So I got it for a song. It's in beautiful shape. Pretty TV, but I have gone through hell and back trying to get this thing working. I recapped the whole thing, tested every resistor in it, replaced anything that was, 20% out of tolerance. Fired it up, wasn't getting any HV. Turns out the original flyback was dead. So I put it in another flyback that I had. I tracked it down through, I think, Moyer Electronics in Pennsylvania. Tracked down a Merit HV05. Got that one, put it in. Was getting a little bit of HV, but not much, not nearly enough to run the picture tube. And then last week, Nick Williams dropped by here to pick up a set that I was holding for him. And he took a look at it, and he fired it up, and we heard arcing, which I had not heard before. Well, we turned the power chassis over and realized it was the flyback. So back to the drawing board, pull out that flyback. Turns out that flyback was bad. So Nick mentioned that these sets used a very common flyback in the late 40s. That was like in the 630, the RCA 630 chassis, and a lot of other sets, and that this set just has a doubler to increase the HV. Just so happens I had a spare Crosley 630 clone chassis with a good flyback in it. So this afternoon I threw that flyback in here, and my result. How about that? I have a raster. It's so good to see a raster on this set after all this time. Now, as you can hear, let me turn this down. As you can hear, I'm getting a radio station. It's 91.5, I believe, FM here. The problem with it is I'm getting it over a good portion of the dial. And it's the only thing I'm getting. So I am getting one FM station. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about these DuMonts, but it's a continuous tuner. And I am not getting any TV stations or anything else. I am just getting one FM station. 91.9 FM, there you go.
Here's music from Crowder, song called I Am.
And you can see that I get it over a good portion of the dial. And then nothing all the way. And I do have it hooked up to my antenna, rabbit ears, hooked up, and I am broadcasting on channel 7 right now. So I have my Agile modulator broadcasting channel 7, and I get nothing. So there's some type of tuner or some type of issue, but I am way ahead of where I used to be. Check out that raster. And the controls seem to, some of the controls seem to work. Brightness, obviously, it's pretty up, but it does work. Contrast, I think, works. It's hard to tell because I don't have a picture, but it looks like it's doing a little something. Focus definitely works. Blurry, crisp, volume. So it's got some major volume. And tone control works. So check it out. Set's got a raster, it's got a nice tuning eye. But something's going on with the tuning aspect of the set, which I've not figured out yet. So, a little bit at a time. So look at that. I'm going to be able to watch TV someday on this. So if we walk around to the back of it here, my question was now, since I had all these high voltage problems, what should the high voltage in this set be? Well, looking at the schematic, looking at the block diagram, right down here, if it'll focus for us, 10 kilovolt. So 10K at the anode, or at the, this is a metal picture tube. So we can test it with my new handy HV tester here. Reach in and touch it to the metal. And you probably can't see it because it's too dark. Of course you can't see it because it's too dark, but I am exactly at 10 kilovolt. Now the AGC may be a little bit high and the horizontal drive may be a little bit high. I can't really tell because I don't have a picture, but 10 kilovolts, pretty cool. So it seems to be working. It's darn stable. Right now I'm running off it's actually plugged right into my wall. So I should be running it off my Variac, but it's been really stable. So I'm not too worried about it right now. So how about that? The RA-108 Mansfield lives.